Today I'm testing something a little bit different. Okay, it's a lot different. Here behind me is the new 2016 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. Yes, it is a cargo van we are reviewing today, but it's one of the most versatile vehicles out there, and believe it or not, it's one of my favorites. Introduced in 1995, the Sprinter has been available in all sorts of configurations like contractor vans, limo buses, RVs, and of course, courier trucks. You can pretty well configure a Sprinter for nearly everything. This 2016 happens to be a standard length cargo version with a high roof. Although it may look simple, there's a lot to this van. Let's have a look. So this cargo version has no side windows or rear windows, as you can see. And to access the rear compartment, you have a huge sliding door on the side, and you have these rear doors. Now, what I like about these rear doors, first of all, you can open them as so. Well, if you need more room, it has a very unique hinging system that just easily comes off, and you can swing these doors all the way to the side, and they hold magnetically. We can do it to the other side as well. Simple. Now you have this huge area where you can load and unload the cargo. So let's check it out inside. The inside of the Sprinter is cavernous. It's huge. You could pretty well fit anything in here. You have great tie-down hooks here, and the sides on this one here are quite plain, but you can configure this however you want. If you want to put toolboxes here, even maybe put a bunk bed here, I bet you could probably do that. But I could see this being real handy if you were, let's say, transporting some toys like ATVs or a snowmobile or maybe some dirt bikes. And the best thing, first of all, they'd be quite secure since there's no windows in here. And another great thing is you'd have a great dry area to get ready or get changed. So that'd be a big, big plus. As for size, it's almost 16 feet long and almost 6.5 feet high. So more than enough headroom for most people. Now, what I like about this type of configuration, first of all, the floor is very flat, other than you do have a couple humps from the wheel wells here, but with the height and the floor being so flat, it's really easy to load things in and out. And I had a chance to go to the transfer station a couple times. One trip was for some green waste, some branches, things like that. Well, the beauty was I could actually load it right up to the ceiling. I didn't have to secure it down with any rope or tie downs or anything, things that you'd have to do if you had an open bed truck or a trailer. So that was a real handy thing. Plus, this one comes with a full partition. So this bulkhead here separates the cab from the cargo area, so it keeps that area clean and also a lot quieter, and it keeps all the dirt from getting in there. Now, the interior isn't just really simple, especially you'd think that for a cargo van. It's actually very well laid out. First of all, you have a lot of room since it's quite a big cab, but you have two ledges, one on each side where you can put your pens, maybe some paperwork, things like that. You have ledges up top as well above the visors, and you have a regular glove compartment, and you have this area here, once again, perfect for invoices, things like that if you were using this as a contracting vehicle or maybe as a courier driver. In the center here, you have a nice color display. This one does not have the navigation, but it is available. Now the seats, talk about amenities. These ones don't have it, but you can even get heated seats in the Sprinter, which is a nice thing for the winter time. But they both have armrests, adjustable armrests as well. Now I mentioned in the back about the full partition. This is where I really appreciate this partition. First of all, it keeps it a little quieter in here from things rattling and things moving back, and it keeps things from flying up front and keeps it a little cleaner up here. And also, it's wintertime right now, like I said, so it's cold. It's a lot nicer to heat this one little area here than try to heat the whole van. Now, keeping this clean, very, very easy. It has kind of a linoleum style plastic floor, which if you have muddy work boots or just boots in general, like I have right now, and it's raining out or muddy, that's gonna be really easy to clean up. So what's it like driving this Sprinter? Well, first of all, just to let you know, it comes with 2 power plants. We are driving the 4-cylinder, that's right, this big vehicle It's powered by a 4-cylinder. It's a 2.1 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged diesel. It puts out 161 horsepower, which is not a lot, but 265 foot-pounds of torque. Now that's pretty impressive. If you want more scoot and more torque, they also have a V6 diesel, turbo diesel, and that puts out 188 horsepower and 325 pound-feet of torque. Now we're just driving it right now in the city in tight traffic here, because this is how this vehicle will be driven a lot of the times. Whether you're a courier driver or contractor or however you're gonna drive it, it's very, very easy to drive. This one here, the 4-cylinder is matched to a 7-speed automatic transmission. It's very smooth. You can actually shift it manually as well by just going left or right on the gear shifter. And the V6 comes with a 5-speed auto. You can probably hear right now, it's quite smooth. Right now the ride is a little bit jarring because we don't have a load at the current time in the back. If you put more weight in it, it does smooth it out a little bit. But anyways, the ride is very smooth. I love the torque. It doesn't feel like you're driving a 4-cylinder, that's for sure. And one thing about this vehicle that's surprising is, for a cargo vehicle, it has a lot of technology in it. This one is equipped with some safety aids that you would normally find in higher end vehicles even, but definitely not in a cargo van. Like, you get a blind spot monitoring system, so you have lights on each side of the mirror. Plus, if you are gonna change lanes and there is someone in the mirror, it's a very, very bright red that flashes, and an audible alert as well. This one's also equipped with a lane departure system, which is great for if you're drifting off the road, things like that. It's gonna let you know, it's quite loud. It's gonna let you know that you're gonna go off the road, so kind of wake up. And one thing that has been handed down, and it's also in other Mercedes-Benz products, even in their cars, is it has a crosswind program. So basically, this is a stability program that keeps the vehicle stable in high winds. And that's really important when you have a vehicle as tall and long as the Sprinter. It's like a big sail if you really think about it. Now, if you want to even add more capability, the Sprinter is also available in a 4x4 model. And that model, of course, is all-wheel drive. All 4 wheels have power. You have a low range as well, and it gives you 20% more ground clearance. So really handy if you're one of these contractors that have to go kind of a little bit off-road or little slippery areas, and it's good for inclement weather as well. In the back, you can hold about 3,500 pounds. You can configure it to go up to 5,000 pounds. And for those who need to tow anything, if you have the tow package, you can go tow up to 5,000 pounds. So what do I like about the Sprinter? Well, first of all, it's really easy to drive. It drives like a car. We're in pretty heavy traffic right now, stop and go traffic. Even in tighter parking lots, you can maneuver this very easily. You have a very good view out of the big windshield here, and you're higher up, giving you a commanding view. It's even easy to park. The only thing is you have to find a parking spot big enough or long enough for the Sprinter. And one of the best things I like about the Sprinter, I've been driving it for about a week, and as I showed you, just a sample of some of the things that I did with it. I moved a lot of things like that, and I didn't really drive on the highway. I averaged, believe it or not, 10.1 liters per 100 kilometers, which is extremely impressive. I have a hard time getting that with my Toyota Highlander Hybrid. And here you have this huge cargo van getting basically almost subcompact car fuel economy. Amazing. Now for the downside of the Sprinter, it's a small little thing, but being that this is a cargo van, or even if it wasn't a cargo van, if this is a limo, bus, anything you have, it's a big vehicle. But with this one here, we have the full partition, so the rear view mirror means nothing. It does have great side mirrors, and it does have the blind spot warning, which is very handy for changing lanes, but it doesn't come with a backup camera. This one is wired for one, but it doesn't come with it. I really think that on a vehicle like this, a backup camera should come standard. Well, obviously the Sprinter is not going to be for everybody, but if you're in the market for a vehicle that is highly configurable, you can make this an RV, a cargo van, a passenger van, a limo, bus, you name it, it can do it. And it has ample cargo and towing capacity. And the best thing, it's economical. Fuel economy is incredible. I think it's going to be pretty hard to beat the tried and true Sprinter. And to top it all off, one more perk. You own a Mercedes.